The richest man is not he who has the most, but he who needs the least.
Baby, can't you hear my call? Hear it loud enough.
And when it comes to building anything, music, business, content, that truth becomes the foundation of real power. Most people think wealth is about collecting things or stacking money, but the people who win long term aren't the ones flexing. They are the ones who remove their dependence on everybody else. The less you need, the more leverage you have. And nowhere is that more real than in production. If you rely on labels, managers, engineers, or middlemen for everything, you are not in control. You might look successful on the surface, but you're trapped. When someone else owns your tools or your process, they own your schedule. They own your sound. They own your identity. They even own your worth. Needing them makes you poor even if you have money.
Baby, can't you hear my call?
I never planned to become an artist. I grew up in one of the poorest countries in West Africa, Monrovia, Liberia. Artists around me looked like they were barely getting by. Nothing about that looked like a future I wanted for myself. And my family was strict on education, being a scholar, getting degrees. I never shared my real dreams because when I finally did, they shut it down. Their limiting beliefs became my script. I repeated back what they told me. I was supposed to be an IT specialist like my mother wanted, or a journalist like my father. But the calling for music was always there. And I knew if I ever pursued it, I would have to do it in a way it didn't drain me. Ironically, it ended up costing me everything. I understood the power of production in Worcester, Massachusetts. I was barely surviving, booking studio sessions 50 an hour. The engineers didn't care. All they wanted was my money. They wanted me in and out. The presets didn't match my vision. Because I could only afford 1 or 2 hours a month, my music wasn't coming out how I visioned. So I stopped going. Right there, I realized something important. If I wanted to continue, I couldn't depend on anybody. I had to own my own production so I wouldn't be limited by hours, budgets, or other people's pace. Only then could I put in my 10,000 hours needed to become great.
Baby, can't you hear my call?
I started with Pro Tools first. It was fine, but I switched to FL because my friends used it and it was easier to get help when I was stuck. I bought a USB mic, a Samsung Q9U. Couldn't make it sound good, sold it. Bought a Rode NT1. I had a Focusrite interface. My high school mate Jay gifted me a Sony headphones. That was my whole studio. And even with all that, my song still sounded terrible. Then I found presets. They helped, but nothing clicked until I started tailoring them myself. Understanding that took years. It didn't come easily, but once it clicked, everything changed. You start finding solutions faster once you know what you're looking for. A lot of single ladies might disagree, but to each his own.
It tastes like mango when we kiss. I don't want this shit no other way. Time we spend, I don't take it for waste. Ask me what I like, I said your face. I would like your legs around my waist. Alone Z, baby follow me. If you play the cards right, you end up with the king.
So when you hear the quote, the richest man is not who has the most, but he who needs the least. Don't just think minimalism. Think power. Think ownership. Think independence. The richest person isn't the one flexing money or equipment. It's the one who can create without begging for resources. The one who doesn't depend on anybody to bring their visions to life. That's a difference between someone who's successful and someone who's unstoppable. Thanks for tuning in with Seven. Until next time.
I don't fuck with Wi-Fi.